What exactly happened on the day the accident occurred?
I was out at a party with my friends, and being a good Samaritan and a caring friend, I made a poor choice to get in the passenger seat of my friend's car, knowing he was drunk, and I was under the influence as well.
Did you know that every 12 seconds someone is injured because of drunk driving?
How many people do you think drink and drive on a daily basis?
I want to say about 100,000. Some people wake up, instead of having coffee, they could have a beer. Some people wake up, they could have a shot, or maybe some whiskey. Alcohol, yeah.
About 1/3 of all drivers arrested or convicted from drunk driving are repeated offenders.
I did that in order to help him get home safely, and we had followed our other friends to another party. It was at about 11 o'clock at night, and we got on the highway, and as we were getting off, my friend in the other car and the friend that was driving me thought it was a brilliant idea to race one another.
How many people do you think die a year from drunk driving accidents?
I think about 30,000 a year.
Car crashes are the leading cause of death in the United States. About a quarter of these car crashes are due to drunk driving. Every 53 minutes, drunk driving ends a life.
We were hitting speeds about like 90, close to 100 miles an hour. And my friend had been losing in the race. So he sped up at a dead-end street, which was only a left turn. And it had been perpendicular to one another. And the friend who was winning had slowed down and braked. But being drunk and under the influence, my friend had taken it full speed, absolutely no brakes, and I was screaming at the top of my lungs, "Slow down, slow down!" And we had taken out the guardrail, and behind the guardrail was an inclined hill, and behind that was a lake, and we had flown, I'd say about 15, maybe 20 feet in the air, and landed smack right in the lake.
In the United States, the number of drunk driving deaths has been cut in half since MAC was founded in 1980. Every day, people drive drunk more than 300,000 times, but only 3,200 people are arrested.
Did you know that 50 to 75% of convicted drunk drivers continue to drive with a suspended license? What punishment do you think the person under the influence of alcohol should receive?
The punishment that they should receive is a suspended license for a minimum of 5 years, and have that person go through some counseling for at least a year. Let them know that drinking and driving is not safe for themselves and the other person that is involved in an accident.
Other people in the streets.
Other people in the streets, and make them go out there and counsel the young ones, like go to high schools,
Teach them from right or wrong.
teach actually people in college too, because once we're in college,
That's when you start drinking.
that's when we all start experiencing different things, and one of them is drinking. And you think it's fun, but when you're having too much fun, then you're not thinking straight, and you don't know you could be killing a life.
Yeah, I blacked out for a second or two, and just before I knew it, the Honda Civic was filling up with water. And it was, by the time it was up to my chest, I was already trying to push out the door. The car was completely total destroyed, and I lost all my belongings in the wreckage. And once I surfaced, I completely was just shocked. I had no clue how to react to any of the situation, and just my first instinct was to swim to shore. I got to shore. I didn't know if my friend was okay. There was also a passenger in the back seat, and my initial reaction was just to get to the shore, and I left the site immediately. I walked several miles to the nearest Walgreens in order to get to a phone. I called my dad. He had picked me up, and he was very angered, just shocked that I would do such a thing, very upset. And before I knew it, I had to return to the site to see if everybody was okay. And the police were there, ambulances were there, and my friends were there. Thank God they were alive. Nobody was seriously injured other than just bruises from the seatbelt. I smacked my head very hard on the dashboard. I had an agonizing headache for several days. And the cops had actually sent in a dive squad to go look for my body in the wreckage, because when my two friends had surfaced, they had no clue where I was at or anything. I'm lucky to be alive to tell the story.
Every day in America, another 27 people die as a result of drunk driving crashes.
What are your opinions toward drinking and driving?
My opinion towards drinking and driving is that if you're going to drink, be responsible and have a designated driver and not drive, because you need to know where to draw the line. If you feel that you've reached your limits, then you stop drinking. But sometimes we're having such a good time that we don't acknowledge that we have reached our limits. And if you feel that you have, give the keys to somebody or let somebody else know, listen, I don't feel okay to drive, can you please drive me home? Or stay at that person's house if you could sleep over, or just stop drinking.
What are your feelings towards drunk driving?
Whatever you do, if you are drunk, or if you see somebody that is drunk, do not allow them to drive. Do not drive if you're drunk. I think it's very risky. I know several people that have lost close friends. I personally have lost close friends, and I almost lost my own life to drunk driving. I would not recommend it, and do whatever you can to prevent a person from driving drunk.